From an ordinary 16 by 16 inch canvas to a masterpiece was not an easy one. Without any training and going to any classes, I tried this sculpture art for the very first time. Now, this is not something we regularly do, but having one such masterpiece at home is a must for everyone. Don't you think so? And when you handmade this all by yourself and get complimented by your family members, then your happiness is another level. Let's try and make this today. Welcome back to my channel. Friends, I always do this towards the end of the video, but today I want to really ask you people to please, whoever is watching this video, please subscribe to my channel and help me reach that 1000k mark as soon as possible, please. And a special mention and thank you to the first 500 subscribers. I owe you a lot. Thank you so much for subscribing and trusting in my work. Okay, now coming back to the DIY. Here I've taken two canvas which is 16 by 16 inch in its width and length, and I have given a background using the flesh tint color. Now the center of the same, both the canvas have kept blank, that is in the same shade that it was, white color. And I'm actually making a freehand drawing here, just adding a few branches and making marks in places where I need the flowers and the birds. So I'm just doing a freehand drawing here, nothing really a great task. I think even an ordinary person can do this basic thing, basic drawing. Here I'm sorry, the picture has got a little blurred. What I've actually done is I've kept both the canvas next to each other and I've tried to extend the branch from one canvas to another so that it when I place it on the wall together, it will look like one picture. Now I've used the burnt sienna color to draw the branches on both the canvas. Now guys, I'm not a sculpture artist, but yes, I've tried my bit here. So if you guys really appreciate my effort, then please do not forget to like this video and share this with your loved ones. And of course, please try this artwork and share it on my Instagram account. Now, actually, to make this sculpture art, you need a lot of equipments or materials. Like, of course, you need the sculpture paste, and then you would need a marble board actually on which you will have to place the sculpture paste, spread it across, and then scrap it to make patterns. Now, I did not have that. I did this during the summer holidays of my daughter. So I was in my mom's home. So what I did was I used her exam pad and I used a very thick plastic sheet to create these artwork, and when it came out good, I tried to record it and show it to you all. So I've already tried once, so I'm showing you how to do it. Now for you all to see what I'm doing, I just placed a green color sheet behind the plastic sheet so that you could see what I'm actually doing. Now as I showed you, I'm using the palette knife with number 1020 and I'm scrapping the sculpture paste, which is a seaweed color. It is all the sculpture paste here that I'm using is from Little Birdie. So I take it off on the sheet and then bring it on the canvas, and just the edge of the leaf, I'm just rubbing it against the canvas so that it sticks there. You do not have to use any Fevicol or any such thing. And then I'm using a 0 numbered paintbrush here, and with the help of very little amount of water that I use to dip the tip of the brush to make the veins of the leaf. But adding veins is just an optional thing, you can totally skip. And also, instead of taking these leaves on the board and then bringing it here, you can directly place it on the canvas as well. But I wanted a smaller size leaf, so I tried to make veins, and I made the size of the leaf a little small in my artwork, and this is how it's looking. Now I've marked the places on the canvas where I want the flowers, and I'm using this golden colored pollens from again Little Birdie for this artwork. This is a red velvet sculpture paste which I had opened some 6 months back for doing some other artwork where I was trying to do some stenciling. Now, okay, so it was a little hard, so I added a few drops, in fact, not much, a few drops of water just to bring it to the right consistency. And now we got to spread the sculpture paste the way I'm showing you in the picture and scraping it in such a way that it creates a beautiful pattern on the petal. Now here the trick is, the bigger you want the flower, the much bigger should be the amount of sculpture paste that you need to scrap, and then you can either take it on the board or bring it directly here the way I'm showing you, and you have to add, or it is up to you how you want to make the flowers. Here I'm making a few flowers that would be small in size and a few big in size, so it is totally up to you. Now here I'll place the pollens in such a way that it should not be made flat, like it should not stick to the sculpture paste, and you shouldn't make it very flat to the surface. It should be a little lifted so that it looks a little realistic, and this is how the pattern looks. Whatever that I've made here, this is the way I'm making it all, and this is how the flowers have to be made. Now here you can add two colors and make beautiful flowers. Like here I've used red velvet, you can probably add a white to it and make it look like the well colored flowers. And yeah, it's totally up to you how you want to do it. And see, this is how we want to, you will have to place the pollens. It has to be a slightly lifted, and do not make it too flat to the surface. Now this is how the flowers are looking, and you would see a few mark here and there on both the canvas, which we will repaint all these patches wherever you see the mark with again white and flesh tint color. Now to make the flowers on the second canvas as well, just the way we did the first one. So here we go. Once this is all done, now time to make the birds. And to make the birds, I'm using the golden canary color and the marina blue color. Now I thought I'll make a combination of these two. I'll mix them up and create a beautiful other different color and make a bird. But I did not realize when you mix yellow with blue, it'll turn out to be green. I had mixed a bigger quantity of sculpture paste, and I had bought just 4 different colors to make the sculpture art. Because sculpture paste are a little expensive, and I didn't want it to waste, and I did not know how I would be doing it. So eventually, I started with the blue color. I mixed the blue color. I took a bigger quantity of blue and mixed and made a thick oval shaped ball, and I placed it on the surface. And to smooth the surface, I used a little bit of water, and with the help of the palette knife, I rubbed the surface, and whatever lines and strokes were there, I cleared it up. Now I thought I'll mix the two colors and create a different color for its tail and other feathers and other things. So I started mixing golden canary with the marina blue color. And what color did it turn out to be? It turned out to be a seaweed green color. Now guys, I had mixed so much of sculpture paste already. I did not have a lot of it remaining, so I had to go ahead with it. But yes, you people don't have to make the same mistake. Even if you're using the same colors that I'm using here, please do not mix blue with yellow. Okay, now here I made the tail by mixing those two color. I added that at the back side of the bird, and to blend both the parts, I added a little bit of golden canary color in between these two parts, and I started blending it with the help of brush and a little bit of water. I simultaneously started adding strokes on the birds to make it look like the feathers of the bird. Now the same thing has to be repeated with the head of the bird. Now friends, I want to share a little information about the workshop that I inquired on making the sculpture art. In fact, before trying to do it on my own, I thought I would go to a workshop and learn this art itself. They told me it would cost me around 4,000 rupees, including all the materials, and they would help me learn a couple of rows and a bud with few leaves on a canvas. I thought it was very expensive for a 3 hour session. You will have to spend close to 4,000 rupees, and that too, you have to go to a different location and learn. That workshop would have been helpful if I would have wanted to take this as a profession, but just to do an artwork for my home decor, I think what I'm showing here is more than enough. Honestly, friends, I did not expect my bird to come out so good. In fact, I had watched a couple of videos where the way they had showed making the bird, I felt was very complicated. So I tried this on my own by looking at a few videos on YouTube. Now, let me be very honest, you can't be doing an artwork without watching any other videos. So I watched a couple of videos where the techniques are something that I tried to follow, but the bird making of a bird, there are very few videos firstly, and whatever were there were a little complicated ones, so I tried to make this easiest one. And guys, if you really appreciate, please do mention in the comment section and tell me if you really liked it or not, because this was the very first time I tried doing this. Now we'll make the beak and the eyes of the bird. After, of course, finishing the bird part on both the canvases, I added a little bit of black acrylic color with the red velvet color, and I made this little brownish black color for the beak and the eyes, and this is how I placed it. Of course, if you do not want to try this way, you can also use a 3D outliner or even any permanent marker to make the eyes and the beak of the bird. In fact, you can also use any flat pearl or even googly eyes if you want to. And here I'm using a little bit of 3D outliner just to add a little bit of color, which I wanted it to be a yellow colored one. Since it did not turn out to be yellow, I added a little bit of that. And to give a little shine on the flowers, I've added the golden metallic wax here. And of course, you have to cover these marks here by painting with it with white and of course flesh tint color wherever necessary. And of course, it completes our artwork, and this is how beautiful it is looking. Guys, if you really appreciate this effort of mine, which I've done for the very first time, I don't have to repeat myself again and again. For me, this is a masterpiece, and if you people think the similar way, then do not forget to like this video, share it with your loved ones, and please do not forget again to subscribe to my channel. Friends, you all have to please try doing this artwork watching this video, and here's how I've displayed it in one of the corridors of my home in between the Ravi Verma painting, and this is how beautiful it is looking. Now friends, if any of you try doing this artwork, then do not forget to share your creations with me on my Instagram account. Okay friends, I hope you all have liked this video, and that's it for today. See you all soon in my next creative video. Till then, please do take care of yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.